I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Highland Heights, Kentucky.
And I'm Becca Otis with Five Lines Pottery, and I'm located in Statesville, North Carolina. And welcome to Wheel Talk.
All right, hello, we're live.
Hello, we're live.
We're back. It's been a little bit since we chatted last.
It's been a little bit since, yeah, we chatted last. It feels like a fucking
Mm-hmm.
year.
Yep.
Um,
Erica's episode was the last one.
and
She
if
said she
you
listened
listen
to
to
it.
it,
She actually listened to the whole thing when she was in the studio. She
yeah,
came right before the tiki party and was she
you did
w-
not put her to work.
she I offered and she said she was willing to, so I paid her and she mixed some glazes for me, so much
That was
appreciated.
good.
And she's actually on her way now before she heads out on a flight. So she's gonna be here for another couple days. But yeah. How's it going? What's new? What's going on?
Oh, really?
Or should I
That
start?
was.
I can start.
No, I'll start. It's fine. Hello, my name is Becca, and I've officially been to a psych ward. Um, that's what's new.
That's what's new.
And if anybody was ever like curious about what kind of a friend Rachel Durbin is, I can tell you now, and I
She's a
could have told you
saint.
before that she's a saint. Um, so it is Thursday, and on Friday
It's
of last week.
right before the end of the month.
Yep, right before the end of the month. The Friday, like yeah, literally right before the end of the month because my insurance went out.
End of July.
Um,
Yep.
into July, which is was timely. I was having like exceedingly insane panic attacks and everything. And um I ended up calling Ryan and Rachel and there was um not good thoughts involved with all those things. And Rachel was like, I'm coming down.
Hmm.
And so she
This
drove,
was the day after we talked on the podcast with Erica.
yeah, it was
It's
like,
Friday.
it was quick. And, um, and then like, she came down and we talked. And then the next morning, I had another extraordinarily bad panic attack. And this was after I had talked to good old Heidi Fehrenbacher. And I had talked to her on Friday and she said, "You know, you're so depressed right now that it might be a good idea to go to the hospital." And I was like, "No, you know." And anyway, I went to the hospital on Saturday and spent the whole day in a padded room. It wasn't padded, but it felt like it. And with crayons and word searches and a medium level Sudoku. And
Is this like a bed? This is a bedroom with just a bed and a table and chair, basically.
there's no table, no chair, just a bed.
Oh, okay.
It's even more boring than you think. And a
It basically
camera.
sounds like a padded room without padded walls.
Yes, 100%. And then I was admitted into a hospital that was ironically and goodly in Statesville. And let me tell you, if you can avoid going to a hospital, you should. It is
You're talking about the second level, I'm going to say mental hospital, but
the mental hospital,
behavioral
the
health
funny farm.
facility, or what do you call it? What's like
Yes.
the name? I think when I called it, it's like they said behavioral
Yeah,
health
it's behavioral health.
services or
It's
something
just
like that.
this, it's a psych ward. But here's what happens. I won't go into all the details, but you have to go in and like I was self-admitted, so I didn't go in handcuffs, but if I had been involuntary admitted, I would have gone in handcuffs. And You can only have two of all your clothing things. So two pairs of underwear, two pairs of pants, two pairs of shirts, two bras. No underwire, no strings, slip-on
Mm-hmm.
shoes. Um, they're very strict.
Mm-hmm.
Very strict.
Like
Obviously, no
they give you a
phone.
uniform essentially, or you
No,
actually get to have
well,
your own stuff.
you do get to have your own clothes. The first night you don't. So the first night you get scrubs and then they wash all your clothes,
Mm.
which makes sense. You know, all the clothes gets washed and then you yeah, and then you talk to the nurses, all that stuff. And I was hoping there would be some like one-on-one therapy. There wasn't. There was a really good like
Really?
therapist slash um a social worker that worked there, and I feel like I gleaned a little bit from his things, but you're also like with a whole variety of different types of people. So,
Mm.
you know, there's people there that can't sit still, there's people there that can't talk, you know. It's
Mm-hmm.
all that the type of stuff. I really
How do they know like at the
probably
hospital, the first hospital, like what the options should be the best option for you? Because it seems like you'd have
I
to talk to
don't know.
somebody to some level to be like,
Yeah,
we
I
think
talked
you
to the
need to go here.
doctor. I talked to the doctor and they said they felt like I needed to be admitted. Probably
Mm-hmm.
because I was having the like I'm not gonna say what I was having. That's for a later discussion. But um yeah, so I thought that okay, this is what was part of the issue is that like the ladies at the regular hospital were like, I've seen people they go to this place and you know, 2 days later they're out. And I was like, I'm not that bad, so maybe that'll happen to me. No, it was 6 days. And and they like put me on extra meds and I felt like I was crawling out of my skin. It was terrible. Um, so I got out on Friday, went in on Saturday night, got out on Friday night or
Mm-hmm.
Friday day
Friday
in the afternoon.
afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm alive for the time being and yeah, doing great. What's up with you?
We did shows recently.
Hey, you can uh,
I did a show the day that Rachel was on her way to you, or the day after Rachel was on her way to you.
yeah.
So that was a good show in Louisville. Um, and then had a show last weekend after the tiki party. That was a mistake. I should not have. We had a
Using the glasses.
we
One
had
over
tiki
there.
party last weekend, and then
I think Betsy put him in a box.
you weren't muted for a second. It's fine.
Shit.
It's fine. It's fine. I heard you hitting it, and it wasn't working.
Am
Um,
I muted now?
I can still kind of hear you, but
Okay, now about now.
I can hear you. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, art shows. I overbooked it on Sunday for after the tiki party. It was so.
Yeah,
I mean, it would have been fine if it wasn't so hot, but it was like an hour
yeah.
away. I booked it because there's other folks that had done it before, but I didn't drink too much at the tiki party, so it wasn't that. It was just I could have used
Right, you didn't
that
get
day.
you didn't get like
Yeah, I had
smashed.
like one drink because I usually bartend and all that. So, but tiki party went very well. We actually 2 hours before the tiki party, we had a request for our first Airbnb booking, and
Yeah,
we had to decide. Do I'm like Rachel? Somebody just asked us. This is like 4 p.m. Somebody asked us to stay there. Like, are we prepared? Are we ready to have somebody tonight? And she's like,
yeah,
I think so. I think we can just go over there really quick and just put some stuff up, move some things out of the
yeah.
way. I had to set the door locks so they have their own code and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So we had the first person stay. It went well. They were only there for the night, and we've got some other bookings coming up. So this weekend somebody will stay. Next weekend somebody will stay. Somebody's staying in September. So yeah, that's a big load off Rachel's been doing really good with managing all that stuff. That was one of the things I'm like, I cannot take on too much of this stuff. I can do like the door lock, and we got the internet. I got the internet situation figured out, and all those kind of upfront things I needed help with. But she's the uh, she's the Airbnb host to take care of all that stuff. So um, that's been fun. The show I just did, the one outdoors, it was really hot. That was a $1,600 day. Um,
Damn.
it was a long day. I After including leaving and getting back home, it was like a little over 12 hours.
Wow.
So it was a tough one. Sweating so much. Definitely exhausted when I got back home. So I probably will not choose to do that one again. Not for the next year at least. But I'll keep it on the back burner and think about it. But yeah, I got a show this weekend. Woodland. I've done that one 6 or 7 times now. So that one should be great. We're staying with Deanna, so we'll see Deanna this weekend. Um, and yeah, show season's picking up, so that's taking most of my focus right now. Trying still adjusting without Erica, so Helena and Ashley are picking up the slack with the studio stuff. And yeah, work things are still going on, and things might be changing with work soon.
Really?
One of my coworkers is has an offer for another job. One of my like coworkers that I work with pretty closely. So, um, she will likely be leaving soon. So I'm trying to like assess what is going to change in my day to day with that.
Right.
But it could be good. Could be more work. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going on. So I don't know. Like I've been taking some. Ooh, I like that. Been taking some days off. I was at the Rachel and I went to the tennis tournament today, so I was outdoors watching that and in Cincinnati. So taking some
This is
time
a
to
busy freaking week.
enjoy that. We don't have not busy weeks anymore.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, like so much is going on constantly. It's like when do you get a day? Uh, we don't. We get a couple days a week, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's adjustments, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of getting. I'm feeling the burnout a bit, but
Mm,
but um
I'd hope that would never come to you.
but we'll see we'll see what it looks like in the coming
Yeah.
weeks because I mean I am taking more PTO, so I'm taking advantage of that where I can. Um I've been having those discussions thinking about like, okay, well, like, do I need to leave? Like, is leaving the job gonna relieve some of the burnout feeling, or is it just too many things on top of one another
Yeah.
that is
Well, I can tell
like
you this.
irregular? Because I think some of it's, I mean, I think the Airbnb is a big part of it, but
Yeah.
um,
I can tell you that leaving your job has two sides of a coin. So, um, as somebody that just did it and then had severe anxiety attacks that put her in the hospital. So, but
so I'm
you're
like, I
also
don't
in
know
a
if it's
better
gonna be
place
just like
financially.
a big relief where I'm just like, why did I wait so long?
Yeah.
Or if it's gonna be, oh, like I've needed this for a long time. Or I think it'll be some initial like stress, but it'll take probably a couple months to settle in and like actually get used to it or whatnot. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But Yeah, we'll see. It's hard to know what the limits are.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to like not worry as much about day-to-day work with like the day job.
Yeah.
Not stress there. Take the time when I need it and just take like a week at a time of like what days I can dedicate to what and feel like I don't have to bite off more than I can chew and also like be fine with I can only get like one kiln firing done this week. So like if that's what I want to do, I need to focus on glazing and firing a kiln. Like I can't say, well, I've got to make 50 of these and I've got to fire a kiln and I've got to glaze this
Yeah.
stuff and I've got to do this and I've got to get the Airbnb ready or do this thing. Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
only pick like two or three things that are like, okay, what's the focus this week? Okay, my show is this week.
Yeah.
That's on the calendar. I got to focus on getting that.
Yeah, that is hard as somebody who only looks at the future self and is causes most of my problems. Um, it is hard to like look at what you actually need right now.
Hmm.
Yeah. You know what we should do is we should read a review.
Oh, okay.
And this has a backstory.
Backstory is I met Catherine at the Art on the Common show, which was in. Oh, I want to tell you before I go to that. I did. Did I tell you how much I sold at the other show the weekend that
No?
Rachel came to you?
Mm-mm.
That was the Maid Market in Louisville. I did a holiday show in December last year, and it was really well attended. I sold really well, and this time I sold about the same amount. Consider it was one day. I sold better than the hours of last year, but it was like $5,200 for one day.
What the fuck?
Have you heard of Maid Market? It's like an indie market, kind of.
You know, I feel like maybe there is one in Charlotte. There might be one.
There's they usually have three that they travel around. They go to Franklin, Tennessee, which is near Nashville. They go to Louisville, Kentucky, which is like their home base. They've been doing it there for like 11 years, I think. And then they go to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Those are
Oh, Grand Rapids. Okay.
the three main places.
Got it.
And Louisville's always the best one from what I've heard. So that was a great show.
Damn.
And I just signed up for their holiday one. So if people are looking for a good show and they're near Louisville,
You're
might want to
really
check
just
out the Maid Market.
boosting my depression like right up there. Um,
I have to tell you the show results. I feel like you always want to know the show results.
I do. I'm Ryan's biggest fan and his biggest critic. Um, no, I am his biggest fan and it's taken me many years not to be jealous of him. Because I don't want to work as hard as he does, so I can't be jealous of him. So I really can't. Like sometimes I'm like, ugh, I wish I had a $35,000 show. And then other times I'm like, oh my God, he's working until midnight.
Hmm. And then you got to do
So
the show the next Saturday, Sunday,
yeah.
and then two Sunday, like the next week after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
the
I'm proud of you and I'll always be proud of you. And it also just confirms my belief that I don't need to work that hard. So if I work half as hard as you and make half as much money as you, I would be happy.
that would be good. That'd be a good
And
spot.
that's the key. I'm working just enough for just enough.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
anyway.
Backstory is I met Catherine at Art on the Commons, which is the show that I just did, the really hot one after the Tiki Party in Kettering, Ohio. And she said that she's listened to every single episode, and she left us a review, but she did not hear it on the episode. I don't know if we read it. I feel like Becca said we might have read it at some point, but I can't
Or
remember.
maybe I just read it
Oh, you read
and
it
was like,
yourself, but we didn't actually read it
yeah,
publicly. Okay.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that could have been it. So this is from December of 2025. It says edit please on the title. Every episode every episode has an extraneous moment needing an edit. For instance, I don't want to listen to everyone order their food from the waiter. I don't want to hear about your connectivity issues. I don't want to know you forgot where you were going, what you were going to say. It feels unprofessional in a way I can't stand. I enjoy your banter about your day and your business acumen. I feel you hang up from a call and immediately hit publish without any other thought to what should be edited. That was 3 stars.
What was her name again?
Catherine.
Catherine. Guess what, Catherine? That's exactly what happens.
That is
So,
that is pretty much what happens.
I
I had to look back at when that dinner order thing was because I remember
yeah,
what the situation was. It was in Indianapolis. It was episode 29,
yeah,
March 14th of 2020 is when that came out. That was
yeah,
the group of us. We were jokingly holding a bottle of hand sanitizer. We had no idea what was coming with COVID, and
yeah.
that's that's what was going on.
I think that like we can't say it enough maybe that this is not our day job and we um know that if Becca spends an hour to 3 hours editing the podcast, she's not going to.
Hmm.
Becca will not be on the podcast.
Yeah, if you want the podcast,
There's
I
no
mean,
like you gotta take
that's
some
what
and
you're
lose
gonna
some,
get
right?
to some
And if
extent.
you
I
don't
mean,
like it, listen
I
to it on 2 speed
yeah,
and take your losses.
or skip ahead and be willing to say
Yeah.
it's okay if I miss whatever I'm missing. Oh, they're still talking about that. Skip.
Yeah. And we don't mind if you skip. Skip your
And
heart out.
also, like, I agree with you. There are a lot of things that could be edited, but are we
Oh,
going to do it? Are
100%.
we willing to do it?
No.
It's and I actually got the episode ready for the first time with Erica's, and I gotta say, I mean, also it's gonna be hard the first time because I don't exactly know what I'm doing with the GarageBand stuff, but like I got a taste of what you're doing. Obviously, you got it down to a science because you've done it so many times, but like
I have, yeah.
I'm like, it took me at least an hour just to do what you do in probably 10 minutes or 15 minutes
Oh, it takes me
and
5.
or 5 minutes, whatever. So I was like, I also had to cut up some other episodes to get
Oh,
the
yeah.
snippets that I
You
needed.
didn't
So
have the easy route.
yeah, so I was probably spending at least twice as long than
Yeah, for
what you would
sure.
normally need for sure.
But I
But
used to listen to everything. I used to listen to everything and edit it. I
yeah,
used to edit out the little clips and the little blurbs, like any long amounts, and
yeah.
that.
I don't remember the numbers, but I feel like people that say when you edit, it takes like 2.5 times the length of whatever the length of the audio
Hmm.
you're doing. And this is just audio. This isn't video too. But like, am I willing to listen to 2 hours of the whole thing
Right.
times 2.5? Like 4 hour? Am I willing to spend 4 or 5 hours to edit this one thing? And that was back when we were releasing every single week. So
Yeah.
I actually was talking to her about it, and I was like, "Yeah, I think we've gotten better about self-editing in the moment, deciding what we should keep going on or not keep going on, or not going as
Yeah.
long, that kind of thing." But I mean, I think we're all going to cringe a little bit when we listen back to older stuff, and
Well, Catherine, we thank you for your sacrifice to listening to a show that
she
you
says
think
she's
should be
listened to every
edited.
single episode, so
She's a long time listener.
long time listener. Yep, and we have a question from her later too, so we'll answer that. But yeah, thanks for the review. Folks, send us those reviews. We're gonna keep looking at. I do glance at them every now and then and kind of see if we get any new ones.
We've been in
And
a dip. We've been
and
in a valley. We've been in a review valley
we haven't
for a
gotten
long
any in a
time.
bit. I mean, we got one at the end of May, so of 2026. Not
Yeah,
too long ago, but yeah, it's been a bit.
it's been a bit. We're just in a valley, you know? We're just in a like a little review valley. That's what all we're. But I
Yeah,
do think that our like the seasons was a good decision.
yeah.
I will say that.
Hmm. I
So,
think that if that didn't happen, would we have kept up the pace, or would I
nah,
feel as burnt out right now, or more burnt
not a
out, or
chance.
like
Not a chance.
And
No.
plenty of podcasts are out there. People's lives change, their focuses change, their what they're passionate about working on, or they just, for whatever reason, they stop doing it. I would like to continue doing it in whatever way that we can figure out that works for us.
Yeah.
So, you know, That's what you get.
That's what you get. Cool. Um, you know what I haven't fired in a while?
What's that?
My kiln. And I
You're
miss
kidding.
it.
Yeah. Where is it? Is it at the studio?
Yeah. Um, my landlord's kind of strict.
Mm-hmm. Can't
Even
fire at the
though
house.
I was like, yo, this is like the safest thing you could ever. This is safer than your fucking oven that all the mice are chewing the cords on. And
Mm,
like,
that's true. There's no
you
mice chewing
know,
on these cords.
and I could have done it outside. I could just put it outside.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they were like, no, our insurance doesn't cover it or whatever. So like, yeah.
Better keep the landlord happy so you don't get kicked out for whatever reason.
She already hates us, so it's fine.
Ugh.
It's because I treat a house like I would treat a house that I own. So if I see something that's broken, I tell them.
Mm. Yeah, I think they should know. I mean,
Even if
it's
it's small, I don't give a shit.
yeah. I mean, you're probably not saying, "Hey, this light bulb is out. Like, replace the bulb."
No,
They, I would hope
no.
they would give you some light bulbs to replace if,
Yeah.
or you could
Well,
like do that
no.
yourself or
We
whatever.
can buy a light bulb.
Yeah,
But yeah. Anyway,
yeah. Joys of home ownership.
swallow.
I do have
Joys
my
of home
plug-in
ownership.
fire. I need to replace the elements soon. I'm gonna have to do that in the next probably few weeks. I'm waiting on them to come in. So
That'll probably take you less time than it did to edit the podcast.
it probably will, honestly. I mean the box takes a little bit to get the box off, but yeah, it's not that
Yeah,
bad. Pretty easy.
not bad at
I
all.
did replace the thermocouple on it. That was super easy. For some reason, I thought the thermocouple was going to be shorter than your standard thermocouple
Mm,
because
yeah,
it's a smaller kiln, but it's still 3 inch brick, so
yeah.
it's the same old
Ugh.
thermocouple, which is nice.
My thermocouple is rough, but I'm a in it to win it, ride or die type of thermocoupler.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm running that bad boy to get those bisque firings in before I replace the elements because
get it.
it's tough to get to the full glaze temperature without an error. But um,
Did you know
I
you can do an element test?
yeah, it's one of the pre-settings. It's one of the custom firing
Yeah,
settings. It's called a
yeah.
power test, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I did
Which
that
I think is so
actually
cool.
and recorded it. It's basically where you turn them on and then it's got a schedule that basically turns it on full blast. And the instructions, from what I saw, I actually looked this up on their site of what they instructed for this, but you turn them all on and then you basically wait 15 to 20 minutes and you look at the elements to see if they're glowing equally, like evenly throughout, or if there's dark areas and light areas to kind of see how worn they are.
Yeah,
So I actually did that. I did that a few weeks ago because I was thinking about reaching out, and I was like, well, let me see what I can figure out from just the basic things. And I also like understood how to find how many firings I'd done
yeah,
because I was like, oh, I've probably done like 40 firings. No, I've done like 85.
yeah. I can't even imagine how many firings I've done. I'll
It's
report back.
yeah, it's pretty easy to find though. You go to like menu, last firing status, and it's at the very top.
Yeah,
So menu diagnostics maybe, or yeah. But we're all talking about the plug and fire. If you got the Genesis controller, if you got the Dynatrol, any of those, and you're trying to troubleshoot, the website's great to use their support section. If you're trying to replace the elements, if you're replacing a thermocouple, some of these things are like easy peasy for people that have been doing it. But if you've never done it before, uh, kind of need that support and just like, okay, like, what am I doing here? I don't want to break anything. And you might want be tempted to like reach out to somebody to fix your kiln or whatever. It's just like, oh, it's
yeah.
good to know how to do those simple maintenance things yourself.
But if you do need somebody to fix your kiln in the North Carolina area, I have two people. So, and
Mm.
one of them only deals with L&Ls. Well, I mean, he'll fix any kiln, but but
Is that Brett?
you know, yeah, Brett.
Brett Beasley?
But Brett Beasley, but he sells only L&Ls. I believe he's a distributor for them. So,
Mm.
yeah. Yeah. All right.
Nice. All right, Becca,
Hotkills.com.
that's
Hey,
where you
wait.
go. Hotkills.com.
Hotkills.com. Get it.
All right, Becca, we are doing the second part of our Q&A episode because we had so many questions asked and we did not get to all of them.
Yeah, and I do feel kind of bad because I'm not in the bestest of moods recently. So, like, hopefully I can answer them. I think the medicine I'm taking makes me, as my therapist put it, a raging bitch. She didn't say that about me. She
She
said that
said
about, like,
some people
will become a
exhibit
raging bitch for
signs
like a
of
month.
raging bitchness.
Raging bitchness. So, I don't think I'm quite there.
Side effects
But I
are
could be if I wanted to be. Yeah.
side
My
effects
sister
may
told me today
include.
that like my mom has a like she has a short fuse sometimes, and I guess I'm really a lot like my mom. And she was like, "You've worked really hard to not have a short fuse," and I was like, "Yes, I have." So, but I still have a short fuse. It doesn't matter.
Lengthen that fuse a little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time. Okay.
Let's start with a
Let's do
fun
the
one.
first
Let's
one.
do a fun one. Can we start with
Oh,
the
let's do a
keychain
phone.
pins one? How to take an idea of cute charms for keychains, pins, and gain traction in selling them. Not to make a ton of money, but to offload these things and cover costs. That's it. This is from And Then There Was Clay. I like that name.
And then there was Clay. I have an idea. I think you should do like a flash sale sort of situation. And I think the best way to do it, I've done this way, is just to literally write a number or get stickers for numbers. I wrote it on the table, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and like do 20 at a time or 10 at a time and just take a picture of them on the table. Don't get too fancy, you know? And then when you go to post them, all you got to do is do 1 through 20 and boom, done.
Did you post them on your website or you put them on a social media post and then you just say comment kind of thing?
I've done both. I've done both. So, and you can do a comment thing and just send them a link through Square. It's a little bit harder. But if you want to ship, I would probably do it on your website if you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, some stuff of just covering costs. I'm just like, just pay me shipping and I'll just give it to you for something. Like I used to do that with airplanes when I was just
Facts.
trying to get rid of airplanes. I was like,
Yeah.
I put a question box in the. I was like, maybe I wonder if you could just post a story or a couple stories and like put just a question box that says add your email and I'll send you an invoice for shipping or something.
Yeah, that too.
And then you just
And
have one blanket amount. You get their payment with the shipping paid for, and then their address comes with it because you can say, send me your like request an address with the invoice, and you could just
yeah.
duplicate that invoice and just send it to that email. That
What
might
I
be
will
an
say
easy.
too is a way to do this if you're not online, like if you do it shows, you should just steal those ideas of the people doing the what are they? The like little gotchacon.
Like the mystery bags where it's like a like a
Yeah, like a
book
mystery
that's
bag, but it's
wrapped.
like the quarter machines, like the
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
vending machines,
I've seen
but
some
you
of
could just
those.
do it where there's like a bag and they could just put their hand in the bag and reach, you know,
Yeah.
pick one out, like a mystery bag, like you said, or something interactive.
Yeah, I almost wonder just I would say do that with somebody that just buys something. Just do a little surprise. Hey, before you
Yeah, why
like
not?
thanks for your order. Hey, before you leave, why don't you just pick out one of these? And whether it's a I've had people do that with fidget stones. I'm like, "Hey, why don't if there's a parent that's bought some stuff and there's kids with them, I was just like, "Hey, why don't you all
Yeah,
pick out a fidget stone? Y'all could just take a fidget stone. They're $5. It's
yeah.
like just take one. I don't care.
Just take it.
Just take
Yeah,
one."
for
And then they're
sure.
like, "Oh, they're gonna just fiddle in." So, yeah, I don't know if they sell at shows, but yeah, just something for fun because I we have so much stuff. I almost feel like it adds too much stress to just think about how am I going to sell this? What do I sell it for? How am I going to where am I going to put it on my table? Are they going to know what they are? Like just you're just giving it to people or shipping it to people. Get rid of it. Sometimes I'll put free things in I was thinking about putting like little fidget stones in online orders and just put them randomly in there, but I feel like it's going to get lost. So I don't know the best way to package it to put that in a box. I almost
Put it
think
inside the cup.
inside the cup, just wrap it up and just put it inside the cup or a spoon
Yeah,
rest or
but like
whatever.
wrap it in a small amount of paper, put it at the bottom of the cup, and then put the paper on top of the cup.
Hmm. Okay.
Or put it right at the top of the paper
Yeah.
inside of the
Almost like
cup.
fold it into like a mini paper envelope or something, sort of.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just throw these in your online orders with something that people are already buying, maybe. Okay. Becca, you want to pick the next one here?
Um, Also, I'm totally gonna make keychains. I'm not stealing your idea. I was just thinking about it the other day
Hmm.
because I have a keychain that I have on my keys that's clay, and I'm like, why can't I just make clay keychains?
Rachel's making
Okay.
keychains, her cloth keychains with some vintage fabrics
Yeah.
and stuff.
What do you guys do when you're stuck in a clay rut and want to try something new?
Um, I don't often prioritize this for myself as much, but I would set aside an hour a week, maybe. Just something small. Just say, hey, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you want to do for an hour. Um,
Yeah.
maybe
I
make a
I
make a list.
concur. I
I don't know.
concur in a different way. I like to paint. You should take a craft that is not related to what you're doing at all and do that. If it's sewing, knitting, painting, whatever, um, I think that the way to get out of a rut is to literally get out of it.
Get out of clay.
Like just get out of it for a second.
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know, and like just take some paper and take a pen and just go for it, you know?
Hmm.
So that's what I would say, but you
Yeah, I
could have
think some
something
of
different.
the I think I was because I'm reading the "We Need Your Art" book. That's gonna be our book club thing, and something I think she was talking about was just getting out of like out in nature and like what inspires you. Like get out and do the things that are not so pressure to like do the thing in your studio.
Yeah.
Get out and do something else so that you can be in a good mental space to do the thing when you're ready to do the thing.
I have another thing too, is I think that if you're getting into a clay rut, there could be a chance that you are working too hard. So, um, maybe putting parameters on your day. If you work for yourself and if this is your whole thing, take breaks, eat lunch, um, stop at a certain time, go hang out
Mm-hmm.
with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if it's not your regular thing, take breaks, eat lunch, uh,
Mm-hmm.
stop at a certain time.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing. Just make sure I think it's important to like really put structure on what we're doing because you can do it too much and
Mm-hmm.
that's what takes over.
In the book, she also talked about a maximum, setting a maximum instead of some people would be like,
Oh
"What's my
yeah.
minimum?" Okay, like what's your maximum amount of hours? And don't feel
Oh
guilty if you
yeah.
go if you're like, "Well, I could have worked more." No, like my maximum is 3 hours or
Yeah.
whatever, and just be like, "Don't
Like
work
my
anything more than that,
maximum,
or make more than 50 things or whatever,
yeah, my
or 20
maximum is
things."
like 8 hours a day.
And then when you hit your max, you're like, "Okay, I'm clocking out. I'm done." And
Yeah.
then you're going to be in a better state
A
to
better
be
spot.
doing this longer term.
Yeah. Also, if you're in like a clay rut and you do this for a living and it's like you're financially behind, that could be a lot of the reason that you're in that clay rut. I find that like when I can at least be a month ahead on finances, that helps a whole lot on the decision making and how stressed I am in my day-to-day life. So like if you are in one of those situations, I would say trying to like scrimp and save so that you can get to a month ahead if you're not a month ahead.
Hmm.
Um, so that you already have the month's money in the bank when you start that month. and then all you have to do is work for the end of the month. You don't have to work for this week or the next week. You can work for the just the end, you know?
Mm-hmm. Are you and you're talking about cutting back on expenses temporarily to get you
Yeah.
caught up
Yeah,
versus,
just to get
oh
you caught
well,
up.
I have to work harder because obviously I'm not working hard enough to make enough money. So the only
That's not what I'm saying.
yeah.
I'm saying don't go out to McDonald's.
Mm,
And like just for a couple like maybe a month or two, maybe don't like buy anything on fucking Prime. That would do it for
mm.
me.
Yeah, or
Um,
maybe cancel your Netflix for a couple months or your you know.
put your credit card away. Like,
Hmm.
uh like try to live in the moment of finances. It'll take a couple months. I'm not saying this is not gonna like this is gonna happen right away. But like try to I even did the unmentionable and when I got my 401k from Speedball, I cashed that out. But it
Hmm.
was like less than 5 grand. So it was much less than 5 grand. But but yeah, like, and guess what? I don't have any stress about the money right now. And so worth
Hmm.
it 1,000%,
Hmm.
you know. So
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be permanent. It's just like, hey, this is what I'm doing for this period until
yeah.
I get to this new
Yeah.
period where I'm in a more stable state or whatever.
Be really realistic about why you're in a rut. Because even though you think it might just be clay, it could be something completely different.
Hmm. It could be that you're like, oh well, clay has always been therapeutic to me, but
And now it's not.
now I'm robotic to it and I have to do it
Yeah.
because I've set these goals for myself, or I did this last year, so like I should be doing it this year. I got to do what I did last time, or else I'm failing, or I'm, you know, losing something, or
Yeah.
hmm.
For shizzle.
All right, I'm going to read the Alaskan ceramics. Oh, what are some items I can sell at markets to accompany pottery since I struggle to make enough items to fill a table? Some markets only allow handmade, and I'm really back and forth on committing to different things. I've begun designing stickers, and sometimes I home grow plants, and that's all as far as I've gotten. Thanks and much love from way up north, Alaskan ceramics, SEA Ramics.
I wonder if like succulents are in that handmade situation.
Yeah. I had
Because
some
like I
planters a
would
few
do
years
plants.
ago. I had some
Yeah.
planters in macro. I partnered with somebody that made
Yeah.
macrame hangers. I did that during COVID. They made the macrame hangers. I had my planters in them, and then I planted succulents in them and sold the whole set together.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, if you are, well, let's look at Alaskan ceramics. Um, I was gonna say if you do anything artistic, I know this sounds so dumb, but if you do anything artistic, I would do like coasters or something, you know?
Not necessarily clay coasters.
No, like wood ones. Who
Oh,
cares?
okay.
Like, oh
Like
man,
laser cut or
you need to do freaking coasters, bruh. Like, she's like a great artist.
yeah, she's got a
Like,
lot
you
of
should,
mugs and pieces that have like drawn. They look like drawn designs on them, so I could see.
yeah. She's doing like sgraffito and shit like that. Man, if you had coasters that matched your mugs, are you kidding me? Like, and
Mm,
guess what? Do it as a block print. Do it as a block print, like with like the speedy carves from Speedball and the like printing ink and block print, and then seal it with a clear. Done. Piece of
yeah.
cake.
I feel like some you could probably get um like cork or something. You could stamp on
Yeah, you
cork
could do it
or
on cork. But
there's a
I mean, maybe I would do it with wood. Have you seen those ones where you can take, you're up in Alaska, how many fucking trees are there? Just take a tree and saw it into little coasters. Like, have you seen when they do that? They like saw it into like thick little rounds,
yeah, I've seen some of those. Yeah.
like half inch
It's
or
kind of
maybe
raw
3/4
edge
inch.
sort of.
Yeah, and then just block print your little fucking whale on there. You would
S-
probably be selling coasters by the end of the year.
So
Like you wouldn't even have to make mugs.
a friend of mine that's in Cincinnati, her name is Linnea Campbell. You can look her up, Linnea Campbell Studio on Instagram. She has kind of design drawings and things like illustrations that she
Oh
transfers
yeah.
onto pots, and she has some glasses that are just clear glasses with her designs put onto the glasses.
Oh, that's a good
She
idea.
has tea towels with her designs. I
That's
don't
a
know if
good
she's
idea too.
stamping them.
You could
She,
block print those onto tea towels too. You could just use the fabric ink. I think you should block print since you already do Sgraffito. It makes so much
yeah,
sense.
yeah, I think she's also got maybe some like scarves or like handkerchiefs or something like with the, the block print designs on them. So
Yeah.
I think I think you can do that. You could probably make those into prints too if you're
Yeah, just little prints. People love art. People love art. I love art.
yeah, just
Like,
yeah, I
well,
think
I
you
of
take
course
some of
love
your
art,
most
but
popular designs. She does some, some fish or cicadas, um yeah, all kinds of designs. So I think you could probably do that. Obviously, it might be show by show like what they are willing to have, but I would say just do it. Like if they're going to say, "Hey, you can't have that," it's the majority of what's in your booth is going to be your ceramics, but
yeah.
your specific designs.
When you start making coasters, let me know and I'll buy the first set. But they can't be like $100. Okay? They got to be reasonable. Let's be real about this. Um,
Yeah, I'm sure you could outsource some of this stuff, like partner with a
yeah.
place that does tea towels or, because
Yeah, hell
it's
yeah.
probably a lot to have to figure out screen printing yourself and all that stuff and
Like
make,
Printify and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. Or maybe there's a local place that's a printmaker that you can partner with
Yeah.
to. My suggestion was going to be I have a local woodworker that has wooden spoons and utensils. I sell utensil holders.
Mm.
So I actually trade her. I was going to buy them wholesale from her, but she wanted some ceramics. So I traded her some ceramics and she gave me probably a dozen or so utensils, like wooden utensils. And I put those in my utensil holders. So I can actually sell those at the
Yeah.
show if people are interested. And then they're accents for my ceramics. People can kind of get an idea what they're looking at. Um, I've also gotten yarn. I bought yarn from different, fabric folks that make their own yarn or whatnot, and those go in my yarn bowls, so they're kind of complementary. That's
What
not going to take
about
up too much space, but
what about something that's tiny that's not just cups, you know? Like like buttons. You're up in Alaska, a lot of people need buttons, I'm sure. You know, everybody needs
mm,
buttons. But also like the keychains we were talking about and something small that's like fun for you to make and something that maybe if you're at a show you can make them while you're at a show.
mm,
And like you've been doing the bee cups.
mm-hmm,
What if you did little hummingbird things? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Is there like an equivalent to a bee cup that's a hummingbird thing? But yeah, I mean like what if you did just something small that kind of like you could just make and it doesn't matter, you
mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
got some good ideas going there. I saw a market that she had on her
Coasters.
page that was
Coasters.
coasters, coasters. They're probably pretty cheap too. I would, if they're cork or
Yeah.
whatever wood, you could probably get that stuff stamped on there for a reasonable price.
Well, and she has all the tools to do it except for the actual tools. Like she already knows how to do Sgraffito. It's the same thing, you
Hmm.
know? So,
All
yeah.
right, Rachel asked a question for me. When will my Airbnb pottery request be done? They are done. She wanted some pasta bowls or like shallow
Oh,
bowls
nice.
and spoon rests and soap dish. So those are done.
Nice.
Those have been delivered. She actually just posted on the. We did a collaborative post today, so that is
Nice.
done. It's a lot of those kind of take me a bit to get to, but that's all right. All right, do you want to ask Catherine's question or a different one?
Maybe. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. This is from Catherine Dowell, and it says, as makers, I'm surprised how flippantly y'all use ChatGPT. Does Ryan use it in his day job, so it's no big deal? So many people I know in any makerspace won't touch AI with a 10-foot pole. Can you speak on how you warrant the use while so many have problems with it? Sorry, my question comes with a bias. No, a slant. Sorry, a slant. I am not sure how to word it without showing my bias. It's not meant to as judgment for your decision. I just want to better understand how y'all use it so casually. First of all, that does sound very judgmental, but I'm just gonna stay right there.
Catherine's the
Uh,
same one that I met at the show that had the review for us earlier. So I do use it in my day
but
job.
wait,
I don't. Go
before
ahead.
we start, it
Go
should be
ahead.
noted that I don't use ChatGPT, not because I'm morally opposed to it, just because I'm not very technologically advanced. So, okay, continue.
So I don't technically use ChatGPT in my day job, but we use other tools. We use Microsoft Copilot and um, Claude Code here and there. But um, so I'm pretty technical. So I in my day job I'm expected to use it. We have to use it in ways to optimize our job. But in this circumstance, I use ChatGPT. I would say more as a business person, more so than an artist. I'm not using it for the generative AI stuff. I'm using it to help me as a tool to help me do the things that I'm already doing, but do them better or offload some of the tasks that I have as a small business owner that I don't want to be doing or that I have a deficiency in that I need help in doing. So obviously there's no, zero sum, there's no, um, there's nothing you can do that doesn't have some drawbacks. Obviously, we know there's issues with AI and ChatGPT and all these things that are out there. For me, I just use it as a tool. I'm just like, hey, this is a tool that I can use. I want to be aware of what's available to me. And I think other people should be aware of what's out there as well. If it could be helpful to them, I think they should know what it's capable of, and if it's something they want to use. If they don't want to use it, they don't have to. But I also don't think that just because everybody else is avoiding it with a 10-foot pole, that I should feel the same way because I'm also a maker and I'm kind of in the same circles as them. So I should agree with whatever they're going about
All
doing.
right.
So I think you should just like, I also think you're only going to get so much out of it too. Like, you know, uh, you kind of have to learn how to use it the right way. So if you're, some people, I don't know if you have people that know how to Google things in the right way to get the answers that they're looking for and
Right.
like ask it in the right way. You have to do the same thing with these tools to get, the answers you're looking for. And it doesn't necessarily mean like that it's going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like getting answers to things that you're looking to try to understand. And it's very
Yeah.
like one thing, I use it for the descriptions of these episodes every single week that I put the descriptions in here and what titles I want to come up with. Do I think that me going from my brain 100% on what goes into the description of the episode is going to impact how good or how like valued I feel like the episode content is? I don't think it makes that much of an impact. I think it's better to let these tools summarize what's going to be in the episode and then put out like give me some title options. I'm still going to pick from the titles that it gives me and choose what I think fits the best. And I think the content of the episode is going to hold the most weight here. I don't think the description of what's going in here is going to make that big of an impact in this circumstance of what I'm talking about. But go ahead, you were going to say something.
You know what I just realized? I really hope because I couldn't find my headphones. I really hope that you can't hear the reverb of you talking in the mic.
I
I
couldn't
really
hear
hope you
it.
can't. Well, if you can, I apologize. I won't be fixing it. Um, well, not for this episode. It's because my sister cleaned my studio for me to help me like not be depressed. And she put my headphones somewhere and I have no idea where they are. So anyway, what I was gonna say was, Ryan, if you didn't use ChatGPT for the podcast, would you be more burned out?
I would be more burned out. It would take me more time.
Yeah, I think that
That's
it's
what I
interesting.
I would just do less. I would do less things.
Yeah,
Like I would
do
send
less.
less emails out to
Yeah.
the
And now,
podcast people,
like
to my mailing list. I would do less, which to some people that's fine. I just want to be able to do more. I want to be able to do
yeah,
more with less time.
I have actually no idea what impact AI has. Like even like on the weather or whatever. But so because I don't have care to
Hmm.
care, because I don't use it and I don't care. So I suppose I am directly linked to somebody that does use it, you, and our
Hmm.
business, but that's okay. I also don't care. But but I will say this. I have heard some of the some people have said things, against it. And I will say something too that I had not thought of until my sister had mentioned it. And I don't want to get into an AI situation, but there are people in this world that do legitimately have disabilities that can really help, and as somebody who is not very technologically advanced in certain ways and somebody that's got a brain that's like a billion years like behind, um having something like AI to put all of those thoughts in place can significantly increase my success in business. And I think I like, yes, of course, it can have bad things that are associated with it, but you know what? And I said this before the podcast. It's very similar to when they started making commercial glazes and everybody was like, "Oh, fuck you." Like you can't use a commercial glaze. That's cheating.
Like you're less of a potter, but if you don't
You're
use
less of a potter because you use a
if you
commercial
don't
glaze.
make your own
And
clay or use commercial
yeah.
glazes or clays or
And guess what? No, you're not. You're not less of a potter because you do that. And and obviously there is a limit, right? You
hmm
can't you can't be like, there's a legal limit and there's a moral limit.
hmm
Don't pass them, you know?
and everybody's
But
limits are gonna be different. Some people are just like, I don't want to support anything with it, so I'm gonna
yeah.
blanket not use it. And the people
And
that
that's
I
fine.
can like not convince, but the people that I can tell and like reveal like what's going on here that I feel strongly about and I want to, hopefully help nobody else using this that I can like convince or whatever. Like I don't want
Yeah.
them to use it as well. But I feel
Yeah, I
like it's
think
like I
that
feel like there's a lot of shame out there right now that it's like you shouldn't use it, and if you use it, you're you're doing this horrible thing. I don't think it's that black and white. I think there's so much nuance here. And also
yeah.
like I feel like proportionality makes a difference here too. Like I'm using the amount of times that I'm using this in a week is like a pebble in a lake compared to
Yeah.
companies that use this as the backbone of their business and like that's what they do.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you shouldn't be driving 30 minutes to work every day. Like I don't
Yeah.
like what are you talking about here? Like we gotta use this in
And
relation to
I
like
think that
what's realistic here.
this is very similar to everything in the past. When Google came out, there were people that were like, you can't use that. That's cheating. Like you have to go to the library and get an encyclopedia, you
Hmm.
know? And um like it or not, AI is part of our society right now. It may completely crash the economy. Okay.
Hmm.
Um it may not. And we have to,
It's here to stay. It's not completely going
yeah,
anywhere.
it's not
And
going
I think you
anywhere.
have to at least understand what's there.
Yeah.
And choose to use it if you want. If you don't want to use it, don't use it.
And it is not creative. AI is not creative. It is not taking individual thoughts, And so you are. And people are creative and they make things out of nothing. AI cannot make something out of nothing. It has to take something from the past and the future, or the past, not the future, but it has to take something from the past and the present. So just think of it that way too. I mean, there is limitations. It doesn't feel like there is, but there are. And you can be better than that.
And we're going to be in a better spot. The more AI infects everything and like spreads everywhere, people are going to get immune to all that stuff. They're going to build blinders of like, I don't want to see that because I can tell that's AI. And I think it's going to
Yeah,
be a resurgence for people making handmade things and
I
building
agree.
that personal connection and like building connections with folks in person at shows. And oh, that's handmade. I can tell that's handmade. That doesn't look factory made. Like I
Yeah, and
think
we're
it's going
so
to
lucky to be in,
provide new opportunities as well.
yeah, and we're so lucky to be in pottery. I mean, like, we really are lucky because we don't make anything 2D. And 2D against AI is so much different than 3D against AI right now, you
Hmm.
know? So, like, you can make a video that somebody might not believe, but you can't go to a show and,
Yeah,
like,
you're still going to have to represent your stuff and like do
yeah,
all of that.
yeah.
So
So,
I
anyway,
don't know.
don't come for us. Don't come
Yeah,
for us. But
I just think treat it as a small business. Like I've there's like how many jobs do we have as small business owners? I feel like I'd like to offload a few of those.
yeah, for sure.
Get some help.
Yeah,
We all
totally.
have our deficiencies. All right, I'm sure she's not going to like that
Indeed.
answer, but that's our answer for now. I would like to have a future episode where we talk with some other folks about this stuff, but
I thought you did.
you thought I
Oh,
did
no, that
have.
was Claycon West.
No, that was a click on West. But I would like to have some folks from different perspectives on here to talk about it. But
Yeah.
all right, let's
See,
see.
like, even we know that Taylor's gonna listen to this and be like, "You guys are absolute idiots," and they're gonna hate us. They're never gonna come on a podcast again. I know it.
I don't think that's true.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Taylor hates AI, and we know that.
Maybe Taylor could be one that we could talk with about it.
Yeah. Okay,
Um,
what's the next one?
I'm gonna
Oh,
do.
here's one.
Go ahead.
People have recommended I make earrings out of the
Ammonites.
ammonites that I press mold. I already have them in magnet form and have that down to a system. How would you recommend I go about making earrings? I think it's a great idea, but I don't personally wear earrings and I don't want to feel like a poser. Cool guy Charlie.
Cool guy Charlie. Oh
That's a
my gosh.
valid question, okay?
I
And
I don't know. I
what's
feel
your
like
honest answer?
earrings are not, earrings are not easy to make. Like I think it's just one of
No.
those things that people are like, "Oh, you should do this." But I think realistically about who's gonna buy it. Are you interested in like selling it? Like, you know Charles, right? You
Yeah.
know what he looks like. Like, does he seem like somebody that
Yeah.
would be selling earrings and like chatting about?
Charles
I
is
don't
like
know. It
a,
just feels like it's out
yeah.
of the norm of what you would expect. To me, it makes more sense
And
to do
you're,
like pendants or something like that.
yeah, I would think that necklaces is a much better option for that. And like, yeah, Charles is like kind of like an outdoorsy, like
He's like a
big
burly
beard.
lumberjack looking
Yeah.
dude.
So, yeah, I think that there is a level of not poser, but there is a level of stay in your lane that is that I think you very clearly understand, Charles.
Hmm.
So, um, so like I think that making necklaces is a great idea, and instead of putting it on a silver chain, put it on like a leather wrap, like
Hmm.
chain or string or whatever. So it like matches the style that you already do. I think the earrings is not something that you should do unless you actually have like the inner workings and in and outs of the earring situation down. Like metal type and
Yeah,
findings and the
getting
right.
into all that stuff is like,
There's so much to get
ugh.
into it, and the money that you will spend doing all that is just a lot. So I think that there's absolutely, if you wanted to have like a bowl of like extra pieces and be like, make your own.
Mm.
Like, I'll sell these for $10 each or $5 each, and you make your own earrings. And then somebody that wants them will. That's what I would say. I don't think that I'm not saying that men can't sell earrings. They definitely can. Uh, but I think knowing kind of like the ins and outs of making them and like having an understanding of the metal and the weight and all that kind of stuff and being able to try them out yourself is important, you know?
Yeah, I think having the items that you're comfortable with selling and that like you can talk about, I feel like it makes it easier to sell and it feels
Yeah.
more genuine rather than you're kind of trying something because it might be not necessarily trendy, but like other people are doing it, so you feel like it could be
Yeah.
something that you should do too or want to try. You could try it, but like if it doesn't fit your vibe or something that you could feel, I don't know. I tried a couple earrings back in the day when I was in college and I like wood fires. They looked fucking horrible. I don't know if you ever
Yeah, he
saw
gave
them.
them to Rachel. They are
They
terrible.
looked fucking horrible. Um, yeah, that's the only experience I had. But also like the delicateness with earrings, I feel like you have to have a certain eye, and I don't know. It's such an intimate thing, I think.
I
Like it's such a
agree.
personal thing that it really needs to.
Well, and you don't like, I obviously make earrings, but you don't realize how hard it is until you tell somebody, hey, can you do this for me? And they're like, I'm sorry, you wanted me to close that? Like, yeah. How do you do that? Like,
Hmm.
I can't hold two, like, I have to hold two pliers and be like ambidextrous, you know?
Hmm.
And like, you don't realize how hard it is until you realize how hard it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder sometimes seeing our friend Raina that makes polymer clay earrings, and they look so delicate and like so clean and nice. And I think she's
I
like
could never
working
make
with
polymer
gloves
earrings.
on, and I'm like, they look so perfect. And then you see like cutters and things, and I'm like, but the cleanup and the like attention to detail is just insane.
Insane. It's
I'm
insane.
like, that's not me. I need some. I need some like room for
You
organic.
know what I kind of wish? I kind of wish we had a mid clay. It acted similar to polymer clay, like it didn't dry out like polymer, but it fired to like a porcelaneous and or stoneware finish.
Hmm.
Like, I do wish that there was something in the middle. Even if it fired kind of low, you know? And I'm not talking about the colors, I'm talking more about the textures and the way it
Mm.
responds and
And
acts.
that's not how air dry clay or that like oily clay. Obviously, the
Mm-mm.
oily clay, you're not like modeling clay.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is something.
Yeah, mad
Yeah.
respect to those that are making earrings and wearable things. All right.
I feel like the first question that we didn't read, we kind of already answered in the first question that we did read.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Slowly getting back into it. Do you want to read that
Yeah.
question so they
I'm
know
gonna
what it
read it
was?
just so that
Okay.
we have it out in the ether, but I do feel like we kind of really talked about it. It says, how do you manage pottery burnout? I seem to have lost my passion for making. I know I enjoy it, but haven't touched clay in months. Any tips for slowly getting back into it? I'm not doing markets for the summer, so it's nice to not have the pressure to make, but it seems like without it, I am just not in the studio at all. I know I should probably just try to make some things for fun and see how that goes. Would you love to hear your thoughts? I will say this one thing, if it's okay.
It's Erica Salt
Oh,
Shine
that's Erica
Ceramics.
Lynch. Yeah, Salt Shine Ceramics. I will say this one thing. So getting back, just on the deal. Um, I don't think you should try to make things. I think you should. That's why you're burned out because you're like, I know that when I'm like, "Ugh, I gotta get in the studio, man, I gotta do that. You're feeling guilty the whole time. You need to stop feeling guilty. Like, feel like just accept what it is. And also, something I heard recently is like, and I think that we do this as potters, is that when we introduce ourselves, we say, I'm a potter. And your identity is not pottery. Your identity is you, and you have a lot of other things going for you.
And you say, I'm
And
Erica. I'm a creative person. I'm a creative.
yeah. So don't pin yourself to pottery because guess what? I know you're not that old. Okay, first of all, too. And I don't want to say this, but look, like you could be completely done with pottery and you could move to something else that's so like right next to it. Or you could not be done with pottery and keep doing it, but I think that we as potters do bind ourselves to the craft and it's like that's our full identity and like we said earlier, like sometimes you get into it because it's like, oh, it's so therapeutic and it's so nice and blah blah blah, and then it becomes a job and then it's not as fun anymore. And guess what?
And then you get a
Okay,
job. You just got a
yeah,
job. You can get a different job.
do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can do something else. You can change your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody once told me that a year is just a year. If you spend a year doing something and you absolutely hate it, just change. Do something different. And I know it sounds really hard to do because it is really hard to do, but I'm
And
still saying it.
you like sunken so much into this that you're like, well, I've already got this business and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of people just take a hiatus, take a
Take a
hiatus.
sabbatical.
Yeah, take some time. Whether they have a some people do when they have children or they
Right.
move somewhere and they're like, well, I'm taking a bit to get back into this, and it's probably good to kind of reset yourself, and then you can, if you do want to get back into it, you can get back into it with a clearer frame of mind of, okay, I'm not stuck in the routine of what I did before. Well, what do I
Yeah.
want to do now that I have a clean slate and I can
Yeah.
start anew?
Yeah. Just don't get yourself stuck in a mental hospital because you can't handle the transition. That's my only advice. Because I've gone away and come back twice. Second time not so fun.
My advice, and this is probably recency a little bit because I'm reading the We Need Your Art book, but she was talking about a 2 week reset, and we'll talk about this when we get to the book club. But she's talking about starting with small goals and just sticking to that small goal. Do that small goal for 2 weeks. And that could be I'm going in the studio for 10 minutes
Yeah.
every day. And you do that every day for 10 minutes. You don't go over it, you don't go under it. If you do miss it, it's fine, you missed it. But what do you do after you miss it? You go back and you do it the next day. So set something that's small and achievable so that you can build the momentum and understanding that I can do this. And then you feel good about it. And then you're also making progress little by little by little because, start somewhere and you trying to do it for consistency and for a long time. She was talking about it in relation to like writing because she's a writer. So she was like, you know, some people have high highs and they get that energy, and then they're like, I'm gonna write 1,000 words today, and they do it, and then they're like, I'm gonna write 1,000 words tomorrow, and then they don't write at all. It's better to write like 100 words every day,
100%.
or 200 words every day for a long period of time, rather than like writing 1,000 words and then not writing anything for 2 weeks, and then writing 1,000 words and then not writing anything for 2 months or something. It's
Yeah.
it's building that small consistency and gaining that momentum. So
Yeah.
I would say just start small. It could even be just going into the studio for that day, going into the studio every day, or doing something creative
And
for 10
even
minutes every day, or
yeah,
whatever.
even like we said before, it doesn't have to be pottery. It could be just art related. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
speaking of art related,
Yes.
speedball.
Yes.
I already
Speedball.
mentioned a few speedball products this go around. But those weren't pottery products, but
Yeah, you're talking
um
about some of the printmaking stuff and the
yeah.
inks and things like that you can use if you're looking for a
Yeah.
non-ceramic option. What
Do
have
you know what's
you?
been really great?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, we were gonna say the same thing probably because we talked about this before because all of this is scripted. No, it's definitely
It's
not.
not scripted.
What I've been using recently is like the Boss Base and the the boss ribs, the centering ribs, and my hands still hurt. Surprise, surprise. And so using the boss base is really great, especially for the base of your pieces. Like it's it creates a nice flat base. I'm gonna be honest. It's nice and flat. Can't
Mhm.
get much better, right? And being able to have that consistency is really good, especially if you're not gonna trim. So that is something to, be really good. But it also just makes my wrist feel a lot better because I'm not like pulling in a certain way that they're used to, so that I'm kind of like
Yeah.
wigging them
You
out
got
a little
nice,
bit.
good full grip on the
Yeah,
arms of the boss base.
exactly.
Kind of using your
And the
whole
centering
arms.
ribs,
Yeah.
those take a little bit more, like you have to have your upper body strength, but they do help quite a bit. And there's a lot of options for it. So I'm a fan.
Do those work better, or are they easier with softer or firmer clay, or are they pretty usable with either?
I think it's both. Both is fine. Yeah. I would imagine that it would be easier to use those on harder clay than it is to use your hands on harder clay.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I've gotten some hand workouts trying to throw some firmer clay. I'm like, I should just not try this because it's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah,
I'd
screw
rather
that.
I'd rather just reclaim this than try to go for it. But if I did, I feel like ball space would be good. Get some uh
Yeah,
get some consistency because
for
I mean
shizzle.
you've thrown thousands of pots, but figuring out what can work for the longevity um is essential because not all of us have the same capabilities and hand sizes, and you might not even have a choice of what clays you're using or whatnot. So you got to work with what you got. Just like we were talking about with the AI tools, like use it as a tool if it helps you, and it's gonna level you up in a way to make it certain things more achievable. Utilize it. As Tammy's in the background,
Sammy came
and
in to bug us.
now he's not.
Oh,
All
he's
right,
the worst doo-doo cat I've ever had.
all right, Becca. We missed your jingle last time. You're
Yes.
you're back for
Okay.
the jingle. I'm sure they did
I'm
not
back
like
for
my
the
jingle
jingle.
last time, so you gotta tell us where to find all the Speedball products.
All right. SPWDBALL Speedball art.com.
Art.com, and you can use a discount code to save some money,
Oh yes.
and that code is Wheel Talk SB 2026, and you'll get 25% off eligible items through the end
That's
of
Wheel Talk
2026.
SB. S as in speed, B as in ball.
2026.
2026.
Yeah, all that's down in the description down below, so you can find that code there. Save your money.
Money, money,
They got a new
money,
website, so it looks really nice.
money. It is really nice.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a question from Jody at Mudsling and Pottery. We know her. What's a good breakdown of
Jody.
how to go about selling wholesale? For example, offering custom steins for a local brewery. If I want no less than 45 per stein, what price bracket system would you suggest? Is that 45?
$45 per sign.
Yeah, I'd say 45. Um, yeah, I think you probably need to also consider like you've got to you've got to make the items make sense at a certain price. I have to limit which items I'm willing to wholesale because I have to be able to make them consistently and efficiently, or else I'm losing money and time. And usually, you're making a certain quantity. Let's say it's for a brewery and you're making 50 of them. If you made those at half that price, like, would you feel good about it making 50 of them at 20 bucks a piece for what is that, $1,000? Like, would you feel good about getting $1,000 after making 50 of those? And you probably don't have to make 50. You probably got to make like 60 or 65 to make sure that you have enough and they're top quality because you are bound to have some issues at that level. So 45 per stein is what you're wanting. I'd say make them all the way through. Like feel good about the quality that you're making and like the steps involved. Like what variables are you accounting for and what variables are still unknown. Like get all the way through it and figure out. Because I think some of the like custom ones or steins or whatnot, they ask for certain things of like how can I get my logo on there, and some people want badges, some people want it like
Yeah.
stamped in there. I try to skew them toward decals. If you do decals, you're limited on what color glazes can go with it because otherwise it won't show up the best. So,
Yeah.
like just be sure what you're getting yourself into
For
before you
sure.
commit to it and like that price is set. I know sometimes
Yeah.
you'll you'll talk with the place and they'll be like, "Well, how much do they cost per mug or stein or whatever?" And you're kind of like, "Well, I'm on the spot. I have to tell them something."
You know what my favorite go-to is say, "Well, what's your budget?" And when
Ooh.
they can't come up with your budget, say, "I can't come up with a price." You're like, "Until I know your budget, I really don't have a price for you." Um, but also, I think if you want $45 per sign, say, "I want $45 per sign." I had a situation a couple weeks ago, no, maybe last week, 2 weeks ago, and it's somebody who owns a business back in Washington, and they want to have mugs. They like reached out because they knew I was like looking for work and they like my style and stuff. And they wanted cups, and he was like, "I want to make it worth your while, but I also have to run a business, obviously." And we ended up like compromising, right? On like 35 bucks a cup. And they're small cups, but
No
that was
handles?
the first. There's handles.
There are handles.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are handles. But that was like the first time that I've ever like kind of like stuck to my guns about price.
Hmm.
Like in the back in the day, I probably would have sold those for like 15 bucks a
I was gonna
pop.
say less than 20 is what I was guessing you were gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. So when you think about wholesale, you think about your wholesale, what you'd want to get paid wholesale first, and then you double that for your retail. And I know mudsling and pottery, your mugs aren't cheap, so I think that's very reasonable
Hmm.
for
And
what
they're pretty
she's.
detailed. Like she's doing a lot
Yeah.
of
I'm sure the
carving
brewery
and
ones are
design
less
work and
detailed.
stuff.
Yeah.
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 Because I don't know if she's sculpting the detail and making the you know it, or if she's carving into plaster to make a sprig mold of some sort, and then she's gonna you know put clay into a sprig mold with her design on it and transfer that to the mug body, and I think she's still painting glazes on. So
Right.
yeah, painting glaze
Make sure
like
you also make a sample before you give them. Just say, like, if you give them a price, say, "This is the price I'm thinking. I'm going to make you a sample," and that price might change depending on how hard this sample is going to be. So I did not do that. So take my advice.
well,
I
you
did
didn't do
not.
this for this most recent one. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I already
But
know.
the recent one you know
But
you've made whole batch orders like that for a long time.
kind of. They want my like circular type of design, but um I have an idea. So it'll be easy.
Okay. Yeah, definitely make a sample because you're not gonna know what work is involved. And some
No.
of it might be like I've done some options. I've never made badge mugs, but I knew that I never wanted to make badge mugs. So if they say this is what I want, I try to focus their attention at a different way that is more my speed and my style. If they say I want it to
Yeah,
look like
for
this
sure.
with a badge, I'm like I don't want to do that because I don't want to deal with breakage. There's going to be things popping off. There's more time sensitive and moisture concerns.
It's like, are you hiring me because I'm the only potter in town, or are you hiring me because you like my shit?
Yeah.
That's
Right.
really a question that needs to be asked.
Hmm.
Like,
And then maybe it could be, Jody, that you could find you don't have to use a glaze that you already paint on. Maybe there's a glaze option that is you can mix in liquid form and dip or pour and stuff
yeah,
to make it more efficient on you and make it easier and like more consistent. That
yeah,
might be a good option too, because normally you're not making 50 of the same thing or 30 of the same thing. But yeah, it's just different when you show a sample and they expect it to look like the sample.
yeah,
Like it's gonna be noticeable if it's different. So
yeah, for sure. Cool. All right.
all right, there's one from Janet, Rachel's mom, my mother-in-law. She asked, since you're working your way into becoming a professional bartender, at least I think you are that good, would you consider making a ceramic cup and muddler? That's Janet.
These are
KJSR
adorable
Harp.
questions from your family.
Ceramic cup and muddler. Have you ever seen those? Like a kind of like a mortar and pestle. It kind of sounds like, but
It
I've
is kind of like a
have
mortar
you
and
seen
pestle.
ceramic muddlers before? I've never seen one. I feel like normally they're wood or
No,
like metal.
I haven't seen them.
I feel like it would be doable.
I think it would. Yeah. I was thinking about that. I want to make paintbrushes out of
Mm.
ceramics. And then I have a lock of my sister's hair,
Mm.
which
Is it
sounds
like good?
creepy
Is it
because it
good like
is. But
paintbrush hair?
oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's gonna be the best fucking paintbrushes on the planet. I have saved
That
this
sounds
hair
like
for
a
three
that sounds
months.
like a creepy dude's like
It does. It does. It sounds
I have
very
this
creepy, and it
I
is
have this
creepy.
bin of paintbrushes. This is my Becca brush.
These are a
This is my
collaboration
Angela
between Becca
brush.
and Becca's sister that you've never met.
This is my Candace brush. Like weird. Oh gosh. I've never thought about making it. I've seen some people make mortar and pestle, but I think I would just get a wooden muddler probably. I don't know that that would
Yeah.
be something I'd be interested in making. I feel like I'd worry about breaking it or something like the pressure.
Yeah. It'd have to be
Like
thick.
it would have yeah, it'd have to be chunky enough. Maybe you could just take a log and just like kind of carve it down to thicken
Yeah.
it a little bit and then just I don't know.
Yeah.
Eh,
It
not
could
my
be hollow if you did it right, but it'd have to be round on the bottom.
yeah. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? You want to pick one of these last ones we got? We got a green cabin
Yes.
pottery one. We got anonymous one and one other one.
Let's see. Sorry, my cat is pulling all my earrings out of ice cube trays. So I'm a
Damn
little
it. Damn it,
preoccupied.
Tammy.
I know, the worst studio cat. The worst. Um, how do you educate people shopping the worth of your ceramics? The community studio participates in local markets, and $20 for an item is the most people seem willing to pay. Some saying that it would cost them 2 to 3 times as much at a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania market.
Saint Cart and Design Studio. Street Cart and Design Studio. I was like, Saint Cart?
We're gonna have to have a different system for the earrings.
The cat is not having it.
Yeah.
How do you educate people shopping the worth of your ceramics?
I don't
I
know
mean,
that
I
you
think you're talking
can.
about audience. I think if they're not valuing it, you might be in the wrong audience. You might be at the wrong shows. And maybe that's a limitation of where you physically are located, that you might need to go somewhere that people are going to understand it and value it a little bit more. I'm in a good spot where people like understand it and value ceramics and pottery and like art. Like I'm in a place that is good for that. But if I was in a small town USA where it's, you know, $20 is too much for a mug and they're complaining about it, it's gonna drain you to be like, how do I convince the people? It's like, how do you sell to the unsellable? Like they're not gonna buy
Yeah.
from you. How do you how do you tell them it's worth it?
I don't know. I don't know how to tell them because I've been to like farmers markets and people see a cup for $15 and they're like, $15? You could never. And I think that there's just people that would never buy that and there's people that would. And that's it. That's it. There's two people. One person will buy it and one person won't. And there's a very strong chance that the one that won't is a billionaire. And but I think that that's just it. And you just have to accept that some people maybe don't understand. It's not that they don't appreciate it. It's just that they maybe don't understand.
Maybe they've probably like never taken a class. They don't know what work is involved in making the thing.
No.
I don't think it's necessarily your job to be like, this is exactly why it's worth that amount of money, but talk to them. Like those kind of questions that, you know, I get them fewer these days, probably because I'm at shows where people understand it and value it, where they know what they're coming to. But
Yeah. I
um
have a story when you're done with that thought.
yeah, I think it's just communicating with them about what you do and why you do it, and I don't know. That's such a hard. I don't think there's a direct answer. I think it's more about being in the right place where the people that are coming, the majority of them, are going to understand and be more supportive. But it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you're immune from those experiences.
Mm-mm. One time when I was in Leavenworth, my sponge holders were $18. How much are your sponge holders, Brian?
They are $30.
Yeah, okay. My sponge holders were $18
What year was that when you were in Leavenworth? That was probably
in
8 years ago or
in
something.
1995. No, in 2000 and probably 16, 17.
Okay.
And this lady came up and she goes, "Would you?" She was like, "I don't want to pay that price. Would you like do a deal?" And I probably would have done a deal on any other thing, but the sponge holders were really hard to make. And I was like, "No, I will not." Like they might have already been on a deal, but she was like, "Well, if I buy two, can I get a deal?" And I was like, "No."
You should
And
have done
she
like
was like,
two for
"Really?"
30 instead of
Yeah. And I was like,
18
"Nope,
each.
they're $18. They're a lot of work. There it's like that price is pretty firm." And she like sat there for a second. She paused and she goes, "This is like a lady in her 60s, right?" And she goes, "Good for you." And then she was like, "I'll take one." And she bought one, just flat, right? I think she did ask me for a deal, like even when she's like, "Are you sure?"
Are you sure
And
you're
I was
not
like,
willing
"No."
to?
But I think that what you'll find is that if you stick to your guns, and I think it's been proven with a lot of people, if you have the talent and the everything behind that, then
Like
sorry,
the confidence. You gotta have the
the
confidence and
confidence.
it takes time to build that confidence and like being having the interactions with people to build that muscle of like, I mean, I still get questions about um like, are you willing to give a discount on this thing here and there, and it's difficult to this day to say no. Like sometimes I'm willing to play ball a little bit because I do like the back and forth to an extent, but also like I don't know people's circumstances. Sometimes they're like they don't have anything handmade and they want a wheel and deal,
Yeah,
and if they're how much would you take? It depends on what it is. Like if it's a mug for $40 and they're like, would you take 20 for it? Like I'm gonna be firmer on my like no. But if they said,
yeah,
would you take 30 for this? And then I'd kind of be like, hmm.
maybe.
And then we kind of go back and forth. Like I probably wouldn't say yes at that, but I would, you know. negotiate and be like, I'll take 35, or
I would love
I'm
to see
willing
you
to
in the
deal.
haggler's country.
I'm willing to deal a little bit because like I respect them asking. Like I'm not insulted when people ask me for a discount because like some people are like, no, the price is the price, and I'm not budging at all. Like to me, I'm like, it's is that experience worth $5 to me? Like maybe it is. Um, but I don't know. I think sometimes um
Okay.
it's like sometimes you could be too firm about the like I'm not willing to budge at all and nothing can be done. Or be like, I'll give you a free Vegetone with it or something that's or whatever it is. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think there's room to move a little bit sometimes.
There's like full chaos in the
I was gonna
city
say I
right
don't know
now.
what's going on over there, but I was trying to hold the time while you were figuring shit out over there.
I'll tell you what's happening. Is that Tammy, like I said, worst studio cat I've ever had in my life, is like totally one of those cats that would just like push a cup of water off the side of a table just for the fun of it.
Yes.
And my sister rearranged my whole studio and she got ice cube trays. And so I put all my earrings in ice cube trays. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. It
Yep. That's
works.
perfect size. Yeah.
Perfect size. Well, we put them on the bottom of this cart, and it's right next to the box that Tammy sleeps on. There's a box with bats,
Mm-hmm.
and that's his box, right? And he sleeps on it. And so he's been eyeing the earrings, and he keeps moving his paw inside because he wants to get the earrings out.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's taking the earrings out of the ice cube trays.
Yes. Need one of those ice cube trays that has the lids, like the ones that you gave us, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll find a system that works better. But I actually had a really good system with I'll probably go back to that
Or the
maybe
charm. I think you
with
had charms in that those ice cube
I
trays at
did.
some
I
point. You
had
had
charms and
charms.
ice cube trays, but I have a really good system with uh, screen printing frames and little tiny sauce condiment cups.
Mm-hmm.
So works out well. Anyway, do we want to do one more or do we want to
You know what we didn't talk about yet?
bushcraft?
Our friend's bushcraft.
Bushcraft.
So, have you used trimming tools in a while? I've been using the carving tools for sure. I just carved
I
some
haven't used the
yesterday.
trimming tools yet because I haven't made anything in probably like 3 months, and I am
Hmm.
stoked to try them.
I've been using these carving tools, and they are not wearing down much at all. So I'm
That's
rave
great.
reviews for these carving tools. Dragonfly system tools. I'm using them for my leather hard graffito work. I'm using the wide arc ones, arc
Mm-hmm.
ones, and
You
they're my go-to.
you know why I know that bushcraft tools are the best tools?
Why?
Because Merritt Metzger uses them.
Hmm. She
And
she
Merritt,
like fine is she like fine dining like carving? She's got her
well,
pinky out while
no,
she's
but
carving.
she knows her tools and she's very specific about her sgraffito tools. And she will not use something that is not good.
Ooh, nice.
So, yeah, and she has been using them on like every video I've seen. She's been using them.
That's great.
So, yeah,
The Merit Metzger seal of approval.
that's right. That's how I know. If Merritt uses it, it's good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been carving them up. They got the set. You can get the detail set, which is like three
Yeah.
handles and a bunch of blades. You got like 8 blades in there. You can get the little packs of refill blades if you need more. I don't know how long mine are going to last to where I'm going to need a refill, but I have not broke one yet, knock on wood. But I've been using them basically since I think I got them in January, so pushing on 9 months. I mean, not every
Nice.
single piece of my work is carved with Sgraffito, but I've probably carved a maybe 150 or 200 pots with them at least.
Nice.
some white clay, some porcelain slip cast work, some uh, speckled buff clay. So I've got a variety carved, and they're not slipping. They got good grip. The blade stays in there nicely.
I
I don't have to use any tools specially to switch them out. They're great.
yeah. I want to use I'm gonna use them for the fidget stones that I'm gonna make. So uh
Nice.
I
Yeah,
have
you were
more fidget
using them
stones.
on
But I
those
was thinking I
discs,
want to
weren't
make
you?
yeah. I want to make fidget stones that are keychains. So
Mm. Okay.
they you can put them on the keys and they're like heavy duty so they can't break. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Indeed.
So if you want, you can save some money at bushcraft.com. The code that you want to use to get 15% off is BK Wheel Talk 26. We got the description down, or we got the code and all that stuff down below in the description. Limit one per customer and cannot be combined with other discounts. So use that code. Tell them we sent you.
Woo!
Tag them if you're using them out there.
And if you
And
haven't heard the podcast we did with Nikolai, you should go listen to it. And that will sell you by itself.
yeah, Nikolai, that was the beginning of season 2, so not too long ago.
Yep.
Just a few episodes back.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a jingle for Bushcraft? I can't remember what it was. You had a jingle, but I don't. I'm forgetting it.
Oh man. I'm sure it was like, it's the tool that is the tool for the tools. I don't know. It was something, and I think I ended it with, it's bushcraft.
Ooh, I did not
But
write it down.
I think you did write it down.
I can't remember. I thought I physically wrote it down, but I don't. I can't find it.
I think you did physically write it down. But it's okay.
Well, we'll
Um,
have to find that later.
yeah. It's the tool. It's just the tool that you need. That's it.
Bushcraft.com.
Bushcraft.com. These are the tools that you need.
All right, can we do this Cindy Green Cabin one? Got NCECA?
Sure.
All right. This might be our last question. I did the deed and went to
Will be our last
NCECA.
question.
I did the deed and went to NCECA 2026 in Detroit, Michigan. I was immediately hit with imposter syndrome. I did not feel like I fit in. I am not doing pottery as a fine art, nor am I a studio or hobby potter. I'm your run of the mill, make a shit ton of mugs, sell to locals and tourists. I make over 400 items per month and am spewing out pottery and selling faster than I can make it during the summer months. Here is my question. What does NCECA have for potters that are full-time cray-cray making pottery? I didn't need more tools, although I did enjoy seeing some of the tools in action and seeing the new products that are on the market. I enjoyed the presentations and saw as many as I could, as well as visited all the display rooms. I did meet a lot of other potters by trading little pottery items, plus got to meet you, Ryan, in the vendors hall. I also went to a couple of the pop ups, but was exhausted by the end of the day from walking around the conference and meeting people. It was overwhelming, and I now understand Becca when she said in a past episode that it is very peoply. Would you recommend another conference? Was would there have been another way to connect to potters that are in the same making groove as I am? I didn't meet any potters that are full time. That is from Green Cabin Pottery. That's from Cindy. Thank you, Cindy. I did meet you, Cindy. Thank you so much. You gave me some little pins and magnets and stuff. We put those on our fridge. She's in Wawa. Can't
Canada.
I want to say Canada. Yeah, Canada.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Washington, but no, it's Wawa, Canada.
Um, I think that I don't think that you need to meet other potters that are exactly like you. I think that that's the fun of it, that you meet potters that are in all different walks of life, you know? And maybe you have wisdom to share with them, and maybe they have wisdom to share with you. But I think that it's for the community. And I don't think you necessarily need to buy tickets to NCECA to enjoy NCECA either, you know? You could probably go for free and just go to all the shows and stuff at the end. Yeah. But I do understand how you feel, 100%. It's
Yeah, is it,
yeah.
yeah, I wonder if some of it's expectation of I'm gonna take away this much. I'm gonna learn something that's gonna like elevate my work or make me more efficient or improve my business. I'm gonna hear something that's like clicks for me and is gonna like ramp up this um issue I've been having, or I don't know. I think some of that can come organically through talks with other folks that you meet and can build a deeper connection with. Um, whether that's over, you know, talking with somebody at a pop up and you're kind of getting to know one another, or um, hearing about somebody that's doing like a different fire, like they're soda firing and they make something completely different. And you want to understand, like, wait, what's involved in soda firing? Like, I've never done it. Where do you have to go? Where would I go to do something like that? Or how do I learn about that? Or like, I've never tried atmosphere firing. What's different about gas firing? Like, how do you do that? Or
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's definitely more community focused rather than I'm gonna walk away from this with. I mean, maybe you get more inspired, but to me, I'm not going there for inspiration these days. I'm going there to make deeper connections with the people first and
It's funny
foremost.
because like in the actual question, you said so many things that I was like, wow, that seems great. You know, like you got to meet Ryan, obviously great. You went to a couple of the pop-ups and like you met other potters and you got to trade with other potters. Like those things are all what makes NCECA fun, you know? And like I think that maybe just pacing yourself correctly is the key to having that experience. Um and just like accepting it as it is, you know? But like, you know, Clay Buddies is a really great opportunity to like meet people from Clay Buddies if you're part of that. And a lot of people in Clay Buddies are full-time potters, you know? So, and talking to like introducing yourself to the people at Brent or at Speedball or whatever, you know?
Hmm. What about the imposter syndrome thing? It sounds like she was like no. There's a lot of people that weren't like her that are like making full time. So I'm curious here in the imposter syndrome. Maybe that's more so because of the gallery representation and that.
Mm,
Also, maybe I kind of feel this way too sometimes, where I'm just like I'm a basic bitch potter, like production potter, making the same thing, but it's for the masses in a way. It's not like quote
yeah,
unquote like art pottery. So
yeah.
I guess I get
Production style.
the imposter syndrome side of it there, where I'm like I'm not making things that have a deeper meaning. I'm making things that are like well crafted, and that's what I care about. But it's just it's different. Like you don't have to.
Yeah.
We also don't have to. I don't think that's gonna go away. Like I think you're still gonna. I still feel that to a certain extent.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm like I'm just
For shizzle.
a dude like making stuff at this. Like I'm not somebody worthy of people coming to watch me demo. Like I'm just a production potter. Like why would they come watch me
Yeah.
demo? Like what do I
Right.
have to share that's
Claycon West is a good alternative. I will say that. There's a lot of people there that are full-time potters. It is just like a mini NCECA. It's way less overwhelming.
hmm
So
there's
keep that
fewer
in mind too.
things, so you're gonna get a taste of the trading. You're gonna get deeper connection and talking with individuals that are, um, there probably are some production potters there and making
Yeah.
tons of stuff. There's some people that skew more art related. You're gonna be at talks where you can actually ask the artist on stage some questions and have time to get answers. That doesn't feel rushed. I know at NCECA you feel rushed, like you got to keep going, like bam, 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 bam. We gotta see all the things. Like there's way fewer things. That might be a good option to try out and not feel so rushed and overwhelmed and exhausted. Um,
Yeah.
I've never gone to like the Alabama Clay Conference or these like North Carolina ones. I think there's some different ones that are smaller. I went to Sodaposium, which is in Nashville, Tennessee, that they had a
Maybe going.
couple years
Oh,
ago. So something
maybe.
smaller.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's Canadian
Maybe.
ones, right?
Yeah, and you're in Canada, so you're close to Michigan. Maybe like a Michiana pottery tour, like going and
Mm,
like talking to those potters, because all of those potters are pretty much all full time. So.
yeah, that would be a good option. Kind of get your fix of seeing all the different work. You can handle it. You can talk to the artists. You could see their studios, which is really nice.
Hmm.
See what like a fully operational studio looks like.
Totally.
You could see what like a wood kiln up close looks like if you've never seen a wood kiln or soda kilns, and that's pretty nice to see. And a lot of those folks you probably have known or followed, or some of them are published and authors and stuff like Justin Rawshank, and they're known. It's kind of nice to see their stuff in person and what they have to offer. And then just like all the
Yeah.
people that are in support of it, whether they're patrons or they're actually artists themselves making the rounds, it's a fun time. And you can get some good stuff, some good food. Go to Shipshawana,
Hmm.
get some good
Get some
peanut bread,
pretzels.
some pretzels, or the was that rise and roll? Is for the pretzels? Is that, or that's the bakery? That's for the Amish crack, is what Japheth called it. The oh man, it's chocolate with toffee, I think, right? Chocolate and toffee, so good, and peanuts. Yeah, I wonder if it's expectations and just a lot. It is a lot. It's stressful your first year you go,
Yeah.
especially if you don't know that many people.
Facts.
It gets better each time you go though. You build those connections with the folks little by little. I know we had a nice little chat when we got to see each other. So, all right. Any last words? I think this is rounding it up. We only had one more question, but I think we can save that for later. We can answer that
We can save it.
in a shorter question
Yeah.
for a future episode.
Indeed.
Thanks for all the questions. You all had so many. We answered a ton of them. And there's some other ones down here that we'll answer at a future time too. So, but between the two episodes of questions, we got through a lot.
We did.
Let us
We
know if you
absolutely
have
did.
more. We'd be happy to add them to the list. Maybe we'll have one next season. We'll have another Q&A or something like that. Or maybe it's big enough that it needs a topic by itself. So I know some of these can be pretty loaded questions. All right. Before we wrap, Becca, any last words?
No, I really don't.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for
It's
listening.
pretty melodramatic.
I'm
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
I'm gonna have a great show this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
Good time in Lexington. We're gonna get Bellanote for pasta. We have to hit
Hell
that.
yeah.
We got a reservation already. We're going there tomorrow night. So, chicken
Hell
penne
yeah.
pasta, so good.
Nice.
Chicken pesto penne pasta.
Hell yeah. Love that.
Love pesto. All right, thanks everybody for listening. We'll catch you next time.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, all. Thank you for listening to the show. And we also want to thank Lindy and Ashley for all their help with everything that they've done over the years for Whale Talk. They are our Instagram heroes, and they answer all your questions and then send them to us if we need to. And we also want to thank you for listening and also participating. If you want to support our show, the best way to do that is to send us questions and to review us on whichever platform you are. So we haven't had very many reviews so far. I mean, you can even leave us a bad review. We'll make fun of you, but you can. And sending us questions always helps us with every episode that we do so that we can make it the best that we can. I hope you enjoyed the episode today, and I hope you enjoy this season.